Welcome back to another episode of The Colony at Winter's Pass. Last time was our first game, and we played a little bit of D&D, and that's what this is about, is playing D&D. Because D&D is fun. How many times can I say D&D in a sentence? D&D.
Keep going.
The
What are you playing again? I forgot.
D&D.
Oh.
Solitaire.
Oh. The players last game encountered a large, slimy creature and vanquished it. Not 500 feet from where they were setting up the camp. And then that was pretty much the game last time. They did a little bit of unpacking, and that was about it. So we're gonna pick it up this time, and the first thing I want you guys to do is let me know what kind of buildings you want the colonists to build while you guys are doing whatever you're doing.
I think. Well, we need a shelter. The word I was looking for.
Uh-huh. What kind of shelter?
My suggestion was barracks that we could transform and not. Would it be barracks if we're civilians?
I mean, barracks are, I assume, are just buildings where people sleep.
Just like a communal town hall type of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that separate from where we sleep? Or does it matter? I mean, initially, I guess it doesn't matter.
I kind of figured initially it would just make more sense to have everyone in one spot.
Yeah, I mean, you could have like a town hall meeting or building that is big enough to hold everybody. There's only there's 20 colonists outside of you guys and your family members. So there's maybe 30 people, right?
Something like that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 33 people. So yeah, you could totally build like a town hall and have that be the place where you guys sleep for a little while until you have individual houses, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
So town hall. Let's have one of you roll me a D4.
4, okay.
I can roll a D4.
Yeah.
That's a 1.
Okay, it will take 1 week.
Okay.
To build the town hall. What else do you guys want to build?
So
it will take 1 week and 10 people.
Okay.
So that's half your workforce right now.
Do we choose which 10?
For the purposes of this, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we also thought a food cellar of some sort would be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say definitely some sort of food store.
Food storage.
So
some kind of like underground cellar.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will work on that task.
Okay. So you're going to work on that task.
Specifically with my mold earth.
Okay. How many days do you guys want to spend helping the colonists and not going out and doing things?
Would it make this go quicker?
Well, I mean, once you leave, they'll work on something else. So it's not like they're just sitting there waiting for you.
We also need to go gather like stone materials, so Sir Aetherwolf can start working on his transportation circle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, maybe. Oh, what's your name? Starts with a V.
Me?
Yes.
Vitali.
Vitali. I'm like, I was gonna make up a name. Vitali might be interested in that, since I know you also did. You want to start a forge?
Yeah, Vitali would be very interested in having a forge up and running. Because fire lives in forges, therefore warm.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So a forge. Roll a
Did we
d4
want-
for me, Shelby.
Community Forge.
Yes.
But tis.
Oh boy, that was the crunchiest roll I've ever done. So that's a 2.
Okay.
But that roll took about 600 years. So I think
So 2 weeks.
yes.
Okay. So it'll
We're
take
gonna
10
roll low.
people 2 weeks to create a forge. And these versions of the buildings, they're just like your basic buildings. So it's a basic forge, a basic town hall, basic food storage.
Okay.
Let's see. Sildaloon,
Have-
Yes.
how are you helping build this food storage?
Well, I'm assuming we could put it beneath the town hall we're building.
Mhm.
So building basements, just moving out the dirt. And we could use the dirt we're pulling out of it to build bricks. If we're into that. Or
Okay.
I could just construct more things with its dirt. What's the quality that we're pulling out? What are we pulling out?
Well, it is riverside, so there is some clay mixed into the
Hmm.
dirt.
Can brick those with a forge.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. So you're using like a spell? You're using mold earth? or-
yes, mold earth. That is a at will
Okay.
cantrip.
Yeah. So excavating the food storage area will help it along. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
2.
2. Okay. So it will take a week to build. So what we have is a town hall, food storage, and a forge. Now, the town hall is being built on top of the food storage, so that is 2 weeks worth of work for 10 people, and the forge is also 2 weeks for 10 people. So that's basically all of your colonists for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I
so
did
I-
have a. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I will at some point need a barn, especially if the temperatures are going to be so cold. But in the meantime, would I be able to keep them on the ship overnight?
yes, you
Okay.
would.
That's all.
I think something that we should also do whenever we get to it, to keep basically the camp sheltered from, say, wind and the scary monsters that are outside. We should probably build some kind of big, for lack of a term, a giant like wall with 3 doors in it.
City walls.
Yeah, city walls. That's what I was looking for.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. However, just to put a logical spin on this, if you build your buildings before you have the city walls, then you'll know how big to build the walls.
Yep, that's
Yeah, I
what
was actually just about
that's
to say.
yeah. I wasn't even gonna say like prioritize that because we got to get like basic shelter down first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get the basic
sorry.
outline of the city down before we put
Okay.
the defense like the walls. Put up a couple of watchtowers.
Watchtowers with the
Yeah,
city walls.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, gosh, you know what? I wrote these names down.
And then individual living houses when you want to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be high on priority so the colonists don't kill each other. Okay. All right. Excellent. And cool. So I'll say that you guys are you take a few days just to do some like unloading of the ships. Sildaloon, you go and excavate an area that you want to build the food storage for. But after that, you've got about 2 weeks where the colonists are working on the construction of these buildings. What would you like to do?
I had another question.
Mhm.
When we were investigating those plants earlier, are they growing like freely even though it is cold?
Yes.
Okay. So they're just unaffected as far as we know.
Yeah. It seems like it's some kind of evergreen vine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anything come up to our have we noticed anything come up to us to investigate while we were
Roll a perception check.
19?
19. You hadn't seen these creatures, but at some point over the last few days, you did notice that there are tracks in the snow. They look like some sort of cat, large cat, not as big as a snail, but you know,
As large as the thing we found inside of it?
yes.
Mm.
And there are multiple tracks. Now, you haven't seen anything like this during the day, so it's very possible that, or you think that it's probably some kind of nocturnal animal.
Okay. Well, that's something to be aware of.
Yep.
Okay.
Um, so Sir Aether reminds you guys that he's going to need some kind of stone in order to um, create the portal, the teleportation circle. Um, and other than that, though, you guys can do whatever you want.
Well, I suppose the sooner we get the stone, the sooner we can start communicating and sending items to and from.
Hmm.
We should probably prioritize that once we have everything else built.
Yeah, that's a sound idea.
Okay, so you want to build things first and then go?
Well, I
Uh,
suppose as long as the other people are building, we
Hmm.
can go and scout out a few areas where we could find suitable stone for that sort of thing. I
Yeah.
don't know how much of it we could transport back, just the five of us, but
I mean, you did bring like essential supplies back, so or with you on the trip. So like, there's wagons.
okay.
Um, Not many,
eh,
but there are a few, and you've got animals that can pull the wagons.
and I can also move stone as well as earth.
Hmm.
Let's go get some stone slabs then.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. So, based on some scouting expeditions, you know that there's a forest to the south, some hills, and plains to the um, west and northwest-ish, and then there is uh, a number of mountains to the east.
How far to the east are we talking about?
It would probably be um, to get to the base of the mountains. It would probably be a couple days.
Well, that seems to me like the best place to find stone would be a mountain.
Yeah, I agree.
Shame there's nothing closer, but
Well, we might find something along the way as well.
you do have a point. All right. Let's go.
Okay. So you guys start. Is everybody going? I assume.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So are you? And you're taking a wagon with some of the deer.
How
I would
much?
presume.
Yeah. How much should we bring back?
Sir Aether goes, we would need a circle large enough to teleport wagons at a time, so um, large enough to, let's say, encircle uh, your wagon with your deer.
Do you? How many wagons do we have?
I'd say you probably have 3. One of them is currently not put together.
I don't think we should take 3 anyways. That's too many.
2 seems like a good number.
Yeah, that's adequate.
Okay, so taking 2.
Do we have anything to repair these should they break down?
Do you?
I admit I'm not a. I know nothing about wagons.
I have carpenter's tools. I've got smith's tools. I mean, I can fix it.
Carpenter's tools would probably do it. Smith tools would help,
Mm-hmm.
potentially.
I have a
Alright.
crowbar. I mean, it might come in use for something.
Might need
I have
it
a
for
hammer.
something. Hammer?
Hammer.
I have a hammer too.
Shelby, I think there's some.
Let me try.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely had a voice crack.
Yeah.
That was probably not my mic.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what just happened there.
I'm struggling today, dudes. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Forced puberty.
Yeah, it happens, dog.
I hear it does. At least once.
Yeah, it's a real pony show.
Mhm.
Ah.
You're welcome. Okay. So yeah, you got tools. You got 2 wagons, and 4 of your deer. 2 on each wagon.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Who is leading the group?
I am at least leading the deer.
I
guess Vitali would be out front.
I could also scout ahead if needed.
Okay. Well, whoever's leading, make a survival check with advantage, just because there's a number of you who have the ability to know where you're going.
Let me take that one. Survival
Fair
at
enough.
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I got a natural 20.
There you go. Okay. You find a path, pretty much. You're not certain if it is if it's just an old river creek, or if this is a animal path, but it seems a bit big for an animal path, and a little not as rocky as you would think it would be for an old creek bed, but it's good enough to keep the wagons on, and it heads towards the mountains. As you guys are traveling, you travel one day, and then it becomes night. It gets pretty cold, and you're forced to stop. So, who's gonna take watch?
I'll go ahead.
Okay. Who's gonna take second watch?
I'll
I got
take
it.
second watch. Oh,
Okay.
Or I can take third watch. I'm not picky.
Okay.
Everyone.
So whoever's taking first watch, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
It's nice that everyone's fighting over who gets to protect everyone. That's nice. 15.
15. Okay. And let's see. Who's taking second watch?
I am.
Go ahead and roll for me.
All right.
I like to keep an eye on the deer just to see how they react
I'll
to
be
it.
a 15.
Okay. And third watch.
I'll take it again if no one has any objection.
5.
5.
Or not.
Okay.
Well, I object to that.
It's been a long journey. You've been sailing, you've been setting up colony, you've been traveling, fighting large snails. You get about almost all the way through your watch, and you pass out. And you wake up with the sun on your face, and you realize that you fell asleep on the watch.
Have I been caught sleeping on the watch?
Everybody else roll perception checks.
Oh god.
Right.
I admit, as a character, I tend to wake up early. But 16.
I
I
got
got
16
a
as
whopping
well.
6.
Question:
Mhm.
Is this daylight?
It is still overcast.
Okay, then 16.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody who rolled a 14 or higher, you wake up before Vitali and catch her snoozing.
Can I do something?
Sure.
I want to take my hammer and one of my smithing tools, go up right next to her, and just go clang.
Oh.
On which limb?
Not on any of the limbs. I want to use one of my own, like make a clang noise with one of
Oh,
my own tools.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
assumed you decked her.
Oh, no. He may like to hit metal, but he's not an idiot. So.
Uh, okay. I imagine she hears that and she freaks out. You know what? That actually worked. I was gonna roll dexterity to see how like adjusted her legs got to actually ascending, and she crit 20. So yeah, she's up.
Yeah.
She's awake.
She
panicked.
Vitali shoots up and is like looking around pretty quick. Kresh, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
Hey, Jordan.
Uh-huh.
Assuming
Oh.
that if we rolled under the 14, we're still asleep, so we didn't wake up to see this. So like,
You're waking up after the clang, but you didn't.
that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Loud banging noises.
Yeah, that would definitely wake you up.
I'm gonna wake up in a panic and yeah.
Okay.
That's a 21 on the dex save.
21. Okay, so she is a very big centaur, and I almost called her a minotaur, and I was like, that's not right. And you managed to not get crushed by her springing to her feet, and you trip over Eldon, but you manage to stay on your feet, and Eldon is freaking out under his blanket. Yeah, it's an interesting morning so far.
Orison is just watching all of this while
Eldon would
slowly
probably actually
shaking
be
his head.
spinning upward and swinging his axe wildly at that point.
Sildon is having tea.
Not a good
watching.
day.
Oh, wow. We're a lively bunch, huh?
Eldon, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
All right. Damn, that's awful. A 6.
Okay. It takes you a minute to realize that you're not in any danger. So, okay, well, I rolled well enough that none of you guys need to watch out for the axe.
Take friendly fire.
Yeah. But after a minute, Eldon, you calm down, and you guys can continue on your way.
I'm gonna take a point this time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll survival for me.
That's 21.
21. Easy enough. You're on a big path. Like, it's not hard to lose it. You keep going, and eventually you start getting into more mountainous areas. Somebody make a nature check for me.
All right.
I'll do it. Never mind.
I have a +3.
Got +4.
Go
Plus
ahead.
6.
Oh,
Oh, go with the
geez.
+6 then, yeah.
All right. That would be a total of 23.
23. You look around and you think you need to go a little bit deeper to get the size of rocks that you think would make good um, stone flooring. So you guys continue into the mountains a little bit. And who's leading the group again?
I am.
Okay. Who's riding in the wagons?
I am.
Okay. Kresh, make a perception check for me.
Okay. My specialty, 11.
11. Actually, everybody who's not leading, so make a perception check.
I am not
21.
12.
21.
Okay. Everybody who got above a 14. You are riding along and you look over and suddenly you see a well.
A well.
hmm
As in,
Has a bucket and everything.
what is the, what state is the bucket in? Can we tell from a distance?
It looks like it's been there a while. There are vines all over the well, and they look like they have creeped up over the rope holding the bucket.
Huh.
Couldn't hurt to see what's in it.
I suppose there's possibility there's water still down there.
What do you do?
I mean, I like mysteries. It's a very quick mystery. We could just go look right now.
Sure. I'll head over towards the well, kind of peer over the rim downward.
Okay.
Follow.
The two of you make perception checks.
That would be 16 for me.
9.
9. You look down and Sutherland, you don't really see anything. It's a well. It's hard to see the bottom, but
I don't have dark vision. I don't know why I
Orison.
thought I could see this.
Yeah, Orison, you look down and you see that the bottom of the well is flat. It's not like a normal well. It has flat stone on the bottom of the well.
About how far down is the bottom of the well?
It's probably 40 feet.
40 feet? My
You-
curiosity is sufficiently piqued.
You see anything?
Yes, there's a flat surface down there. It doesn't look like the bottom of any well I've seen before.
No water, huh? Okay.
No water.
What do you mean a flat surface? Like,
Well, it's a bit hard to tell from this vantage point, but it almost looks like some sort of floor.
Huh.
I'm gonna get my 50 feet of rope out of my pack.
oh yeah.
Start tying it around. I don't know. Is there a nearby tree that I can tie it around the trunk of?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
I have another 50 feet if we. It's probably not longer than that though. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Unless there's any objection, I'm gonna poke my head down there and take a look.
We'll be up here to support you.
Okay.
I also don't think I'm gonna fit.
Actually, surprisingly, it's a fairly large well.
Oh no, that's okay.
You think you could fit. All right, so you climb down the well. And when you get to the bottom, the floor is smooth stone. And you look around and you realize that you're looking around a room. There's not anything in this room, but as you look towards the north side of the room, there is a door with all kinds of ornate carvings.
Find any
Gonna-
water?
But no water. There's a room down here, much bigger than I expected, and a door with some sort of carvings on it.
Wow. Hey, do you guys... He found something interesting.
Vitaly kind of leans over the well and pokes herself over.
Okay.
What's in there?
There's a room, door, some kind of weird stuff. No water. Is this like, is it just a well in this whole, like, there's no other...
Just a well.
Well, that's a heck of a cover. This is a whole house. Who do you think lives in a well?
I'm gonna kind of approach the door cautiously,
Mhm.
kind of keeping an eye out for any sign of any tomfoolery that might be left over.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. That's a total of 8.
8. I mean, it looks like solid stone all around.
Okay. So I'll get up to the door and I'll take a closer look at the inscriptions and everything. Does it look familiar in the slightest?
What
Who is this
languages do
setting
you
ever-
speak?
Good question. Hold on. Oh God, I gotta figure out where to find that.
Left-hand side. It goes
Yes.
saving throws, senses, and then proficiencies in languages.
Common, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. You do not recognize any of this.
I don't understand this writing. It's a language I've never seen before.
What's it look like?
Like a language I've never seen before.
Oh, okay.
Can I go take a look?
Sure.
I
Cool.
don't know what I was expecting.
You climb down the rope, and you look around, Crush, and you realize that the flooring here is very nicely cut. It would be a good surface to carve or etch some kind of sigil in if you were in the neighborhood of finding such a thing.
Which, of course, we
Huh.
are.
Yeah,
Biggest...
convenient. What languages do you know, Crush?
Common and deep speech.
You do not recognize the markings on the door.
Well, I was really hoping for a pun there to be a thing, but that's okay.
Would it be a reasonable assumption that Vitaly will not fit down this well?
If you were to be creative, you could make it down the well.
Oh my god.
It's a rather large well.
I could,
I imagine it's the getting back up part that would be the difficult bit.
No, you're pretty strong. You could probably climb your way out.
2,200 pounds.
Yeah, you're pretty strong. You could probably climb your way out.
I don't know if I can. Okay.
Well, you can always find out.
You lift.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna jump in that hole.
Okay.
Quick question. The cartographer's tools kit, does that come with like parchment and some sort of like writing or drawing?
Yeah,
peripheral?
we'll say it does. Why not?
All right. So what I want to do then is I want to take a piece of parchment and the like a whatever I have to write with and try to make like a relief of the runes.
Okay,
On
easy
the
enough.
paper?
Yeah, you can. You obviously can't get all of them,
Right.
but you can definitely get some of them.
Yeah. just to have an example to show anyone else who might have a better idea.
Yeah, so you easily get some of it. Are you climbing back out?
Yeah, I'll climb back up out of the well.
Okay. Let me see if anybody knows this language. That's a no, that's a no, that's a no. That's a no.
Hmm.
And that's a yes.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna be passing it around.
Vitali,
Ooh.
you look over these ruins and you realize that this is very old dialect of Dwarvish.
Oh.
And it says something along the lines of Rockbreaker Clan, Mines of Gold.
Says it's supposed to be a gold mine for the Rockbreaker clan? That mean anything to anybody? Does that mean anything to me?
Make a history check.
I don't know much about
22.
dwarves.
22. This clan was one of the richest clans of dwarves that has ever been in this world. It is thought that they died out back when the calamity happened 900 years ago.
Okay.
They
You
refuse to
know-
leave their minds, and the worst is thought to have become of them.
That's fair. I would convey that to the party. The Rockbreakers were supposedly very wealthy and apparently are rumored to not be around anymore. No one's seen them since the calamity.
You mean they're dead?
Nobody's seen them since the calamity. She
So-
goes to check a watch on her wrist. We're looking at about 900 years.
So what you're saying is we have potentially just stumbled across a cache of riches.
Might have.
Or
Probably
Oh.
worth hopping down there to check, though.
interesting dwarf clothes?
Going to be marking this location on a map.
Okay. And yeah, so there is that door down there, and there is, yeah. What do you guys do?
You're the only one who knows how to read this, Vitali. And she leans over the side of the well, like, I don't mean to be rude, but how do you get down? Do you get down? I'm sorry. I don't know if you want to go in there or not.
Is that to me?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Vitali.
She gestures at her horse self. I don't know if I'd be the best person to send down there.
Make a perception check, Vitali.
10.
10. Okay.
You know, I wish I would have known about this. I feel like I could have planned my spells around it.
Well, do we not have a way of modifying stone or shaping earth and stone? Could we make this wider?
Typically, yeah, I would have that.
It's more the depth of the hole that is the issue.
Oh. What if we... No.
We also don't have to go in here right now. Presumably, it will still be here on our
True, it
return
was
trip.
just a well.
I definitely have this location marked on the map. We can always come back to it.
We are, in theory, the only colony here.
Wait. Well, was there anything down there that could be of use?
The only things I saw were the flooring, which in and of itself might be useful for what we're out here looking for to begin with,
Okay.
and the door.
Wait, the first thing?
The flooring is very flat, very smooth. If we could get sections of it up out of the well, it would suit the purposes of the transportation circle very nicely, I do believe.
Okay. Shouldn't we try to do that?
I believe so.
Then I guess we're going down there anyway. Oh,
Are any of you strong enough to pick up a slab of rock that big?
Well, we could tie a few ropes to it and hoist it out. And we could lift it in sections.
would we have to break? Is it one solid piece?
It is not.
Huh. Dang. Okay.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
No, never mind. I'll continue.
Hey, Jordan.
Say,
Go ahead.
that's okay. And say, if push comes to shove, I've got a piton we can use as a chisel.
What were you going to say, Jack?
I was gonna say, while they're having this discussion, I doubt the well is the exact entrance. So I'm actually going to look around and see if I can find any other entrances.
Make a perception check.
That's a 19.
You begin looking around, and you notice that there's a tree not far from the well that has some kind of symbol on it.
Does it look like the symbol that they showed that he passed around?
It's similar, but it's not exactly the same.
I'm
Is
gonna
it something
give
I can read?
I'm gonna give a sharp whistle and gesture towards Vitali.
She crosses her arms.
Could. This would be retconning.
The whistle was just to get your attention.
Well, it's rude. And then she stomps past you and looks at the rune.
The rune says open.
Vitali pushes it.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Is there any other hint of what that means?
Nope, just says open.
What's it say?
Open. Can I say open in Dwarvish?
You can. You speak Dwarvish. Nothing happens.
Hmm.
I thought we were going to have a Gandalf moment for a second there.
That's what I was hoping for.
I was actually going to try and find what he said because I totally.
He says melon.
There we go.
But that's Elvish, and nobody cares. So,
So,
Damn, y'all got put in y'all's nerd place.
Would I know anything about dwarven opening mechanisms?
You know that dwarves are notoriously
Like that.
like that. Yeah. they are very much riddle people. So if it says open for a reason.
Maybe that just means it is open.
Oh,
Is there anything that can be opened on that tree and around that area?
Make a perception check.
does it need to be pulled?
Right?
And not pushed?
Pull
I got a
instead of push.
21.
That'll
Sorry.
be a 12.
12. Eldon, you don't see anything, but Vitali, you do notice that there is something off about this tree. It's not real.
Does it take us into the pit of despair?
And
Does it take a key? Is there a lever?
No, you see a seam on one side of the tree.
Can I open it?
Roll a strength check.
Oh, can I give her my
Net 20 plus
crowbar?
4.
Oh,
At 20
no,
plus
I
4.
don't need to.
Yeah, with ease. You open it so easily that you almost hit Eldon in the face.
Probably deserves it.
And
Wow.
inside is a lever.
Would like to pull the lever.
Okay. You pull the lever, and suddenly the ground begins to shake.
I would like to hold the lever very, very tight.
Okay. The ground begins to shake, and suddenly, maybe 30 feet to the side of the well, the earth begins to sink in. And then it stops. And then the next spot going towards the well sinks in, and it goes a little deeper. And so on and so forth until there is a staircase that leads to the room under the well.
Well done, Vitaly.
Indeed.
She's gonna go ahead and prance on down.
Okay.
Graceful.
You get down onto the well, and you look over at the door. And do you have dark vision?
Probably not.
Let's find out.
Uh,
No, you do not. You can't see
sure
crap.
don't.
You can't see nothing.
I will stay up here with the wagons and the
I'm
deer,
heading down.
by the way.
Okay. You head down.
Yep.
Do you know Dorvish?
Nope.
You can't read nothing.
I have a candle.
I have a torch.
I have a lantern.
And my axe.
I have one of those too.
Does somebody want to light a flame?
I'll light my
Yeah.
lamp.
Okay.
Yeah, the lantern would be good.
All right, so you light your flame, and the room lights up a bit. And Vitaly, you can now see the inscription on the door, and it does say "Rock Breakers Mine," or the mine of the Rock Breakers. And you don't see any kind of handle or anything on the door. But you do see underneath the initial etching of the inscription that you were given, it says, "Pay tribute to enter." And you look closely, and there is what looks like a slot.
I would like to put a gold piece in the slot.
Okay. And just like the old video game machines where you insert a quarter, it spits out. No, I'm just kidding. You hear a crink, and then a crink, 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 and then a big sliding of rock, and then the door opens. And you look further in, and it is super dark, but you see just a hallway that seems to go on for a ways.
What can I see?
You can see a hallway that goes on for a ways.
Okay.
What do you do?
I am going to head in and start walking cautiously down the hallway.
Okay. Also, everybody who's down in this well, make a perception check.
21.
20? Dirty 20.
13.
Okay.
8.
8. All right. Everybody who got a 12 or higher the smell that hits you when this door opens is it's bad. It's as if something died in here and was sealed in.
I'm going to roll a Constitution saving throw. Okay, I'm good.
Vitali pukes.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty pungent.
Well, what does it smell like?
My
Centaur
body.
puke.
Like rotting awfulness.
Fair enough. So if I go down the hallway about 20 to 30 feet, do I see anything else? Or do I see what's
Yes.
causing this smell?
You don't see anything in the hallway, but you do see that the hallway eventually opens up into what looks like another room.
Looks like there's another entrance, another room down at the end of this hallway. I say to the group.
Gonna kind of cover my nose a bit, like pull up my bandana, although it's probably not going to help at all, and head in. I do have dark vision, by the way.
Okay.
I had to double check. I forgot. So
Yeah,
he's playing a human.
I couldn't remember either. Okay, so you guys are all walking in. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any kind of a dwarven related traps in here?
You're looking for traps?
Particularly like pressure plates or tripwires.
Okay, roll a perception check, please. And Sildaloon, are you staying up top?
Yes, I am. I would not leave my deer as they are attached to the wagons, helpless. So I will.
Okay.
Wait for them.
You also have your deer trained, so like if you wanted to detach them from the wagons, they would come back when you called.
Interesting. I'm so glad I did that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the wagons are pretty much empty without us in it. All right. And deer 1, 2, 3, and 4, I will collect you.
Damn,
when
that's
we
what you
need
named them?
Look, I don't want to get into it. If we name when you get too close, it's really awkward when you. Anyways,
Bambi, Bambo, Bamba, and Bamboo.
Fair enough.
we and she release them. Still really anxious about going underground. Not a big fan of that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, so you watched the rest of your group kind of disappear into this well. And are you running to catch up to them?
I am moving at a brisk pace to catch up.
Okay, so you're running to catch up to them. Perfect.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Vitali, roll a perception check if you haven't already.
I did. I got a 10.
A 10. I mean, you don't see anything.
Still going to advance cautiously.
Okay, so you're like tapping the stones with your hoof as you walk forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone counting?
And you said my whistle was rude.
Yeah, and
can't see.
let's see. Sildaloon does not have dark vision.
I don't.
So you get down there and you can see a light up ahead from I think it was a lamp that was lit. Is that right?
Yeah, my lantern.
Okay. So it's probably 100 feet ahead of you.
How high is this ceiling?
It's hard to tell, but you would not hit your head.
Fantastic. I feel a little better about that. Hey, I'm coming with God Lonely. I can't see though, so I kind of move with more. Yes, I'm rushing now because I would like to see.
Okay. As you're tapping Vitali, you hear a click.
Oh.
I need everybody except for Sildaloon to roll dexterity saving throws.
Dex
23.
Standard
That's a
3.
23 as well.
save. 9.
So everybody, so who rolled below a 14?
Me.
Me.
Okay. So, Vitali, you hear the click, and Kresh, you and Vitali have this moment where you look at each other, and you both have the same look of, "Oh shit," as everybody else jumps backwards, and out of the wall, coming right at both of you from each side, a spear shoots out, and it stops just before it hits you,
Oh.
Well,
and
that
then
was quite lucky.
crumbles.
Can I look to see how old these things are?
They appear to be. Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Nature +4. Okay. 19.
19. You take a look at it, and for wood to degrade this much, it would have to be, especially in a sealed environment, it would have to be fairly old.
Mm. Is the tip still intact?
It is intact. Yes,
Can I take it?
you can. It's some kind of copper.
Okay. So I'll just treat that as copper.
Copper tip. Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to actually looking behind at everyone else because I'm pretty sure I'm at the forefront of this group at the moment. I'm going to cast Dancing Lights cantrip,
Okay.
and so I'm going to have 4 torch-sized lights, kind of in a line, about 20 feet apart from each other.
Yeah. Everything lights up.
That's nice.
Forgot I had that.
Oh, good you remembered then. Seemed much better. Okay, so things trying to kill us down here, huh?
Well, that tends to be the way with the dark and deep places of the world, in my experience.
Ah,
Mhm.
I stay upstairs normally. Carry on.
Yes, carefully.
Uh,
Okay.
After you.
Okay, I'll lead the charge, I guess.
Okay. You enter the room that you saw from the other end of the hallway, and um, you look around and you notice that the smell is indeed coming from here. It looks like there are
Oh, it smells
dwarves
right.
upon dwarves lined up behind shields, all facing the entrance that you came in, um, and all of them are dead and have been dead for quite some time. So there's probably 100 dwarves in this room.
Well, I think we found the welcoming committee.
Oh, wow. That's really a bad smell.
It's at this point that you hear a grinding of stone, and the light at the other end of the hallway disappears.
Oh, good.
Hmm.
Okay.
So they're standing behind they're existing behind these big shields, right?
Hmm.
Can I pick one of those up?
You pick it up, and it crumbles.
Oh, this shit old.
Shield made of metal? Crumbled?
Wood.
Oh, wood. Okay. Makes more sense.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that our exit is
It has closed. But
Okay,
as you
no
guys turn to
panic.
look at the door, you notice that there is a set of stairs leading down on each side of the hallway that you just came out of.
Oh, so we can go further down. What a good trade.
I'm gonna
Great.
start looking around the room for any, I guess, any sort of materials or items that might have been not disintegrated through the mists of time.
Okay, make a perception check.
That is 22.
22. You begin looking around, and most of the dwarves are all in what looks like some kind of leather armor. They've got swords and axes that all seem to have degraded over time. But you come upon one dwarf who is towards the rear of this encampment, and he's wearing what looks like a crown made of gold.
Interesting. I'm going to gingerly take the crown off and inspect it further.
Okay. When you take it off of his head, he crumbles into dust.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll a perception check on this crown.
Not as good. That's a 17.
Okay. You look it over. It has some dwarvish ruins on it, and it has some stones on them on the crown as well. So you see what looks like a diamond and some rubies on each side of it. Yeah, you don't read Dwarvish, so you don't know what the Dwarvish is, but
I will bring it back to the group. And
What'd you find?
well, I believe I found the leader of this assortment of dusty dwarves, as it were. And I'll hold out the crown and show off the dwarvish in there. And can you read this?
Vitali grabs it and like kind of gets it into a light that she could read.
it says Auric, son of the king.
Auric, son of the king. You found a prince.
And I suppose he won't be needing this anymore, so it's got to be worth something, am I right?
Definitely.
Somebody gonna be wanting that back?
I can't imagine anyone here would need it.
None of the dwarves back at camp?
That brings up an interesting question. Is there some sort of historian back at the camp who might be able to shed more light on this?
There is not a historian back at camp.
Would our head of our guard know any? Is she the only dwarf?
There is
No,
Sprague
Vitali brought a dwarf with
Stonewall
her.
and
Yes.
Adia Stonewall. There is a mason who is Sprague Stonewall, and Adia who is a soldier.
That's what I'm thinking of. Well, might as well bring it either way.
I guess I'll go ahead and put it in my backpack.
It's not
Okay.
cursed or anything, is it?
Well, I feel fine so far.
It's at this point that Orsine dies.
Oh man.
No, I'm just kidding.
Roll for new character.
Yep. Picked up the wrong thing. No, you're fine.
It starts to squeeze its head after it jumps on.
Sorry, what was that, Jack?
Sorry, I was making the joke. I said it suddenly jumps on his head, and we have to make saves so it doesn't squish his
Oh,
freaking
yes.
skull.
And it just disintegrates you on sight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
think I'm going home, everyone.
I'm not mean in my other campaign. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So what do you guys do?
Oh, there's stairs going down, right? So we're
Yep.
kind of like,
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
yeah.
What is the air like?
Stale.
Stale. And oh god, it stinks. That's right. I have to keep remembering that. I use some druid craft and try to like perfume the air. It's not working.
It does a little,
Oh,
but
okay.
not nearly as much as you would want it to.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay. Then maybe we should just. Does it smell any better at the stairs?
Like right at the top of the stairs? No.
I mean, and no. Okay. All right. I guess we have to go down. I hope the kids will be okay. She's
The only
referring to her deer.
question is left or right because there were 2 stairs, right?
There are 2 stairs.
Do they look the same?
They do. And as a matter of fact, when you look down the stairs, it looks like they intersect at a hallway.
Oh. Oh. Maybe we just pick?
Wait, do they intersect at the same hallway?
Yep.
Oh, then we can just go down the same, either one.
Exactly.
Yes, but which one do you go down?
Vitality goes down the left one.
All
Okay.
right, I'll follow.
Might as well.
So you walk down the stairs and you come into a hallway, which then branches off into 3 directions. There's forward, left, and right.
She goes forward.
Okay. As you walk forward probably another 100, 120 feet before you come upon a massive iron door.
Does it open?
It does not open.
Is it locked or is it just
It looks
not
like
openable?
it is a vault.
Ooh, so there must be some kind of locking mechanism on there.
There is a locking mechanism on there.
Can I try to open it?
You can certainly try. How are you
Okay.
opening it?
Is it a key or is it like a dial?
There is no key that you can see.
Okay, so I don't know. Should I roll investigation to see if I can find out what the
Yeah,
mechanism
go ahead
might
and
be?
roll investigation.
Okay. That's not good. That's 12.
12. It's not hard to see that there are a number of runes that are on this door that can be pushed or pulled out.
And are they in Dwarvish? Well, I wouldn't know that, but I would assume that at this point in time, I would assume that they're in Dwarvish.
They are in a language you can't read.
Okay.
Pushed or pulled out.
I'm gonna look at
How many
Vitaly
are
and be-
there? Sorry.
Vitaly, you look at this and you realize that it's the Dwarvish alphabet.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it is, yeah, that's what's there.
I'm just gonna position my dancing lights cantrip so that it illuminates the door fully.
Yeah.
Want to think of any passwords? She starts to dial in gold.
Okay. You push in one and it pops back out. So it's kind of like a keyboard in a sense, where you push it in and it returns back to its section. But you type in gold and you hear a click. And I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh boy.
Oh.
15.
120.
15.
Total
10.
29.
Okay.
8.
No, I'm sorry, 21.
21. Okay. Awesome. So, a vial drops out of the ceiling and crashes onto the ground. And at first, nothing happens, and you think, oh, it's another dud. And then there's light and heat. And everybody who got below a 15 takes... Oh, I rolled really, really good.
No.
21 points of burning damage.
Ooh.
Liz just starts screaming.
The rest of you take
Alright.
half if you made your save. So that would be 10.
How big was this vial?
Itty bitty.
And it was liquid that fell?
You didn't see any
What?
liquid.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't know what the hell happened. Was there time to assess?
So, first question, is there anybody who's down?
No.
Nope.
Really,
Nope.
really hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
hurt.
I'm not super comfy, if
Okay.
I'm honest.
Okay. Good. Just wanted to make sure, because y'all are 21 is right there on some of you guys. As a matter of fact,
That's my hit point.
one of you, that is your hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, yeah, you just saw this vial drop. It crashed onto the ground, and after a second, the air ignited.
Ah. Okay.
When
Well,
I know enough about like dwarven history to know how to recreate that.
Make an intelligence check.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it happened
take
very,
5.
very quick, and you're not certain how they made that happen. Plus,
Okay.
you were just on fire for a minute, so
does
Yeah.
it just smell like fire? What does it smell like? Anything particular?
it smells a little like sulfur.
Ooh. Can I roll to see if I can recreate it?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
It's a flashbang.
Cool. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You're not 100% certain, but you think that if you were to combine certain chemicals in a certain way, and you know that it is reactive with air, you potentially could make this. It would be extremely dangerous to try.
I'm not going to do that then.
Well, we don't need it right now. We need healing. Everyone needs to actually, who is super?
I have, on a scale of 1 to 27, I'm at a 6.
Ditto.
I'm a little better at 11.
On a scale of 1 to 28, I'm sitting at 5.
Good night.
Ooh.
Okay, no more randomly punching things into the terror death door. I don't like it.
Vitalia is gonna slap a cure wounds on herself.
Okay.
And you have cure wounds.
So I'm gonna take 10 hit points back
Okay.
and just pretend it never happened.
Night. Okay, so you have yourself. Okay. Before she. Okay. Who is my? I mean, I'm healing 2 people. Crush. Cure wounds. And oh jeez. Okay, 7.
7? Okay.
This is
I'll take that.
okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. And Orison. Orison. Am I doing it wrong?
Orison is fine, yeah.
Orison. Okay. Also another cure wounds. 6.
Oh, thank you very much.
Don't mention it. Wow. Did not expect.
May I try
that.
one more?
Can we leave the room first, or
Sure, I'm not your mother.
yeah. Okay, that's fair. I also don't want you. Jeez, is there some way to? Where did that vial fall from?
She, Vitaly kind of like very, very gently tugs at the keyboard to see if it will move.
Okay, I'm
It
sorry.
moves a little bit, but it does not come apart.
Like, is it attached to the wall by the door?
It is attached to the door itself.
And it does not come off.
No.
Well, there's your answer.
I need some sort of password.
Wait, where did that vial
Yeah,
drop from?
and so Loon, as you look up, you see that there are a number of what looks like chutes in the ceiling.
Would like to plug those, but then they'd probably explode or something, so never mind.
Hey, here's a crazy thought. That door that we entered said open. You think maybe that's the password?
I was thinking perhaps it was the name of the prince, that Oric fellow.
If it were a name, it would be the name of the king. Or
Step outside of the room.
Moradin, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm going to step outside of the room too.
Moradin.
Is there any, like, hint on the door? Nobody put, like, a little sticky note underneath the keyboard with the password on it or anything?
No.
Hey,
Man.
you know what? We aren't done exploring yet. Maybe there are clues elsewhere. Perhaps.
Mhm.
Maybe.
What do you guys do?
Keyboard's not going anywhere. You tugged it, see?
What's the dimension of all the holes in the ceiling? Is it like a 3x8 zone or
So each of those chutes is probably 4x4.
4 inches by 4 inches?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the dimension of like all of them? Is it the whole roof or the whole ceiling?
So from the area that so there's the cross section where the two hallway or the hallway splits, right? And from the point where that hallway splits all the way up to this vault door, um, it is just continuous. So approximately 120 feet of this.
Oh, wonderful. 120 feet worth of death traps.
Well, I think it's worth a little more investigation. I can't revive you. That's what I'm concerned about. I mean, I can if you're not totally gone, but
I have an idea. Not a good idea, but an idea.
go on.
If it would be possible, and this was just purely working under the assumption that more of these vials full of um, invisible flaming death are going to be coming down at us.
Very likely.
Catching one before it hits the ground?
So it breaks in your hand?
Well, preferably it would not break at all if you caught it softly enough.
That sounds like really risky considering how much damage that did.
Yeah, well, as I said,
Gravity.
it's not a great idea, but it's an idea.
Aren't there whole other rooms we could look in, though?
Yeah, we could always just go back up the stairs and go down the other side.
I mean, wasn't there a left and a right down here?
Yep. Yeah, there is a cross section in this hallway.
Might as well go check out the other section then, I suppose.
See if those rooms try and kill us. Or maybe they'll be really nice rooms. I don't know. Maybe a couch to sit down. Let's find out.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're heading back the way you came, there is a left path and a right path, and then the way back up to the room that you came from.
I'm gonna head down the left path.
Okay.
All right. I'll follow.
You
Cautiously.
begin walking down the path, and you suddenly realize that the walls and the floor are becoming rougher and rougher.
In an
And
uninviting way.
no, it suddenly becomes apparent that this is part of the mine.
Oh.
Um, there is you come out eventually into what is a somewhat cavernous area that has a number of chains and baskets that go up and down. And as the dancing lights come out into this area, you notice that the walls have trickles of gold.
Well, that's a nice little find.
This would be a very nice resource to have, but you would need the people to be able to mine it out. It is no easy task.
Well, we've got plenty of time to worry about that after we figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this path is going to offer us much help.
Oh. But I'll come back later, I guess. So, should we go to the right one?
Sure.
Okay. So you backtrack a little bit, and you come up to an area that is extremely dusty. And you begin looking around, and you find a couple rooms that um, are they have beds in them. It looks like this is where um, the miners and soldiers slept. But eventually, you come into a cave-in. It won't let you go any further.
You said there were a couple of different rooms.
Yeah, there's a handful of rooms, so you probably come across 4 rooms that are still intact.
Let's go look at them.
I'm gonna start looking around. I'll pick one room, I guess at random, and go looking around for anything like journals or parchment or anything that might have clues as to the password.
Okay, make a perception check. All of you who are in the rooms.
All right.
16.
17.
Not 20 plus 2.
Okay.
So,
Oh boy.
18.
At 20 plus 1.
So we can all
Damn.
see everything.
Okay. So, everybody who got a 16 or higher, you see that there's a couple of bits of parchment lying around. And you begin to try to like look over these parchments, but they crumble under your breath.
Oof.
These are these obviously have not been taken care of because there's nobody to have taken care of them. Those of you who rolled nat 20s, in one of the rooms, you find one of the walls looks odd. It looks slightly different than the others. Like all the grain of the stone goes in one direction for all the walls except for this one.
Do I see anything like a lever or a place to push?
You do not see anything that would indicate that, no.
Vitaly shoves on one side of the wall.
It spins.
Well done.
Something a light, maybe?
I'll send the dancing lights out into there.
Okay, so you push on the wall a little bit and it spins, and Vitali, you're back in the room, and Orison, you're on the other side of the wall.
Wait, the other side, as in.
We flopped spots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Step
Okay.
forward.
If stepping forward.
yeah.
Vitali launches herself back into the wall again.
Okay. So so who stepped forward? Sorry. I need to get a spatial
It was
map in my
intended for Orison.
Okay. But did Eldon step forward too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Orison, you step out of the range of the door as you hear Vitali say this. Eldon, you also step forward, thinking that Vitali's words were meant for you, and she pushes on the wall, which spins around pretty heavily. Um, Eldon, make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. That would be a 17.
17. You manage not to get clobbered by the wall, but you end up like tripping over some desks as they like dissolve around you as you try to get out of the way. Vitali, you are now on the other side of this wall with Orison.
What's on the other side of the wall?
As you guys look, you see that there is a desk and a stairwell that leads up.
That leads up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything on the desk?
There is all kinds of things on the desk.
Well, what's on the desk?
As you look over the desk, you see all kinds of papers that you can't read because you don't speak Dwarvish. And
Very careful not to breathe on anything.
wise. There is a number of bottles filled with different liquids on top of the desk as well.
Do any of the bottles filled with liquids look familiar, or would I know what any of it is?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh boy, that's not going to end well. Surprisingly well. Okay, 21.
21. You do recognize some of these potions. They are potions of healing. So there are 10 potions of healing on top of this desk.
I am going to start collecting them carefully, and we'll hand some out to Vitali. Was it that came in with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm going to start splitting them up. Pass these out to the rest when they're all through, or when we go back, whichever happens first.
All right. So how many are you handing her?
I'm gonna hand her. Well, there's 10 of them in total, and there's 5 of us. So I'm gonna hand her 8 and keep 2 for myself.
Cool. So these are just the regular potions of healing. So that's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, regular potions of healing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add that to my equipment.
Yeah, and you can do that by going to equipment, manage equipment, and then searching
Wait.
for healing.
Oh,
Did you
sweet.
give me some?
Yeah, I gave
Oh.
Natalie 8 of them and asked her to pass them out.
Nice. Wait, is everybody on the other side of this door, or is it just?
Nope, just the two of you.
I watched and it's just I don't know how to work that.
She pops one of them and chugs it.
Okay.
And I guess holds on to the rest of them. I imagine she's holding like all of them kind of between her fingers.
Yeah, the bottles aren't very big. Yeah. So you heal 2d4 plus 2, and yeah. What's everybody else do?
I'm rolling so well tonight. I'm super about it. That was just 9 hit points.
Nice.
I knock on the wall. Hello?
Just push it.
Push it? I I follow direction.
Okay, you push, and the wall opens up for you, and you're able to walk through.
Whoa. Okay. Well, that's at least this one isn't setting us on fire. That's nice. Okay. Oh, what'd you find?
She offers you. Hold on, I have 7 healing potions now. How
Mhm.
many of us are there? 5?
10. Yes, 5.
She holds out 2 of the healing potions to you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I'll accept these and oh, look, these are just the 2d6.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Vitali.
Welcome.
All right.
Did everybody else come through?
Is the door open?
No,
or is
it you push it, and it swings open for a moment, and then it closes.
Ah.
Is there anything in the room that looks like it would be sturdy enough to prop the door open with?
There is a chair, but you're not certain how sturdy it is.
Is it gonna turn to dust or whatever?
Maybe
I want to just poke the chair.
it crumbles.
Ah.
Pretty much what I
Can I just push the door open and like stand in front of it and prop it open?
Sure, make a strength check.
Okay. That's not good.
thought. And
That's a
squashed.
10.
10. You attempt to prop the door open, and you suddenly realize it is not designed to be propped open, and it begins to push you, and your body is suddenly stuck between the wall and the fake wall door.
Now listen to me very carefully. Don't put the candle back. With all your might, shove at the other end of the bookcase.
What's everybody else do? You all just watch as Kresh gets pinned to the wall.
Go try to help the poor
Yeah,
guy.
Sildaloon immediately goes to try and help as well.
Okay. So, who's pushing?
Me.
All right.
Or
Roll a
pulling.
strength check with advantage since Sildaloon is helping you.
Oh boy, with advantage. All right. Just regular strength check.
Yep.
Ooh, pair of 7s, so 8.
You push, and it doesn't budge.
Oh, jeez.
As a matter of fact, Kresh, you're beginning to feel it getting tighter.
Hey,
This
Vitali.
door wants to close.
Should have
I'm just
pulled.
like-
Kresh,
We need
you
some
take
horsepower over here.
a point of crushing damage.
Oh, God. Help.
Vitali's kind of giggling to herself. But she will step up and hang on. Yank Kresh or push the door.
Your
Don't
choice.
push the door. You're gonna crush me.
Like push the door the other way. Yes? Because it's a
Wedged.
revolving deal.
Mhm.
So I could push the door the other way.
You theoretically could. You could certainly try.
I don't like that you said theoretically. I'm gonna pull Kresh out.
Watch, it
Okay.
only goes one direction.
Roll a strength check for me.
24. Sorry, 22.
22. Kresh, you
Mhm.
watch in horror
Oh,
as
God.
Vitali comes up to you, looks at the door, looks at you, looks at the door, shakes her head no, looks at you, grabs you by the arm, and yanks.
Oh, no.
You take 2 points of crushing damage. You are, however, out of the door.
Oh, God. Ow.
And what did we learn today?
I just like wave everybody off like, oh, I'm okay. But I really want to. I'm gonna compose myself, but I really want to look at the mechanism of this door because I think that design would be super useful for
Yeah.
camp.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. It's a dirty 20.
20. There's very obviously parts of this door that you can't quite see. It was meant to be a hidden door. But from what you can tell, there's a central access point that then connects to a gear either in the floor or the ceiling, which then connects to some kind of counterweight system that forces the door to open only in one direction and then
Ooh.
swing around and then close.
Ooh, I kind of like that. So yeah, I guess I'll write that down in my little drafter's book or something like that.
Yeah, make sure you write it down.
Okay. Oh God, I don't have a pen. Oh, there's a pen.
It's a dangerous little well we found.
It's a good movie trap, I'll tell you that.
Real quick,
And
just
still
for
no water.
my knowledge, what kind of armor is everyone wearing?
Leather.
Leather.
Stained leather.
Oh yeah,
goopy leather.
keep
Leather.
forgetting. We gotta get the stains out of that.
So is it leather across the board?
I don't know what kind of armor I'm wearing.
Actually, pretty sure I'm. Yeah.
Studded leather armor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Y'all are not any fun.
We didn't want to compete with the metal horse woman. You had us beat as far as armor.
I have a monopoly on the metal market.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we all just standing in this dark hallway.
Yep. Well, in this
No.
dark room.
Okay.
Is there anything else in here? 'Cause this is
Vitaly hands the rest of the healing potions out, so 2 to each other
Okay.
person.
And Eldon, have you actually gone in through this door yet?
Yeah, I said I did.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I can't remember if I heard you or not. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I did.
Okay.
Is it just this room?
Yep. There's a room. There's a desk with papers on it, and then there's a stairwell that leads up.
What do the papers say?
Can we hold our breath as we look at it?
It is an old dialect of Dwarvish. So Vitaly, go ahead and roll an intelligence check at advantage.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is. I keep forgetting.
17.
17. You start looking it over, and it's hard to make out, but from what you can read without touching it, it is a journal, and it is recounting the last days of the mine. It basically says the flames outside have intensified and have begun to penetrate underneath the seals of the door. It won't be long till we are all cooked within our own tomb.
Did you read that out loud?
No.
Okay. It's really nice handwriting.
Yeah. But outside of that, it is a lot of just day such and such. We're waiting. This is how much food. This is how much water we have left. Next day. So on and so forth. Now, that's just on the pages that are currently available to see. Would you like to try to turn the page?
No.
Okay.
No. Vitaly would not. She would see one page of this and go, yeah, that's not helpful or interesting or beneficial for me. I'm going to move on.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely towards the end of the journal.
Yeah, so she is gonna hop right on up the stairs.
Okay.
Okay. You begin walking up the stairs, and suddenly you come to a roofed area. Is everybody following Vitali?
Very cautiously.
I am out of
Same.
curiosity, yeah.
Okay, that means there's light.
Oh, good.
Vitali, you look around, and there is another symbol on the wall, and it also says open.
Is there an obvious seam anywhere, or is there a lever or a button, or
It is a button.
does the button appear to be rigged at all?
Make an
I
investigation
mean, like
check.
other than to the door. What was that?
Make an investigation check.
Silda will
9.
like back up as she sees her going towards something.
9. As far as you can tell, you have no idea what this button does.
I'm gonna push the button.
You push the button, and dust falls upon your head as the ceiling above you opens, and you are outside.
Wasn't much of a mine, was it?
Well, to
Well-
be fair, we didn't explore the actual mine part of it.
Didn't set us on fire, so we can't complain.
Out of curiosity, how far away from our original entry point are we?
You look around, and probably 1,500 feet from the well is this rock that you think is part of this contraption, and it has moved to open up to let you out.
Okay, I'm going to mark the location of this exit that we just took on the map as well.
Okay.
Oh, yes, it just occurred to me that we're outside. Nice,
Mhm.
yes. I touch ground.
It is nice, soft grass.
Ah,
It
wait.
does not crumble.
Is there a close button anywhere?
Not that you see. Have you stepped
wanna-
out of the hallway?
Oh yeah, she'll hop out and step outside.
Okay. Has everybody stepped out of the hallway?
I want to see what
Yep.
shut
Sure.
the front.
Yeah.
After a few moments of this being open, it automatically closes.
Oh.
Interesting.
You think that's what happened to the entrance?
I hope so, otherwise we can't get back in.
I'd be willing to wager money on it.
Oh.
Is it like a common thing that dwarf doors do?
Not that you're aware of, but this is extremely old, so it might be that this is common.
I mean,
It is common for them to try to hide their entrances to their keeps and mines, so it would not be uncommon to find a hidden door or anything like that.
guess I'm just impressed that it's still working. And this well.
It's dwarven, of course it's door.
This well.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
God.
Ha!
See yourself out.
I
Ah,
will
I
do so.
wish I would have thought of that on purpose.
Yeah. All right, what do you guys do?
Go hit that other lever.
Okay.
Just to make sure, you know.
As
Wait a minute, we
you're
already know what happened. Sorry. Here.
as you're walking back to the well, make a perception check.
All of us? Just me?
Mhm.
Oh, 10.
10. Okay.
Okay. Are
What do you do?
I go back to the well? Has anything changed?
I mean, the door's closed, yeah.
The door's closed.
And so is the stairs, and it just looks like ground.
It's as before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Amazing. You'd never know it was there. if you didn't know it was there.
Yes. I wonder, would it be easier to get the rock? Oh, never mind. There's stairs now. We could theoretically take them up the stairs. If we had some kind of ramp. Though it might be on a time limit. But anyway. Besides that, you make anything of the password and find anything out and at all? And that paper, what are we doing?
Yep. What is y'all's plan?
Paper didn't have anything useful on it.
No.
So I'll probably come back in a few days and investigate with the other dwarves.
Yeah, I did.
Definitely have a team go down and take a look.
No. Yeah, it sounds like there's some interesting stuff.
For nothing else, there's a wealth of gold to be found at the very least in the mines.
And possibly death.
Bum,
But mostly gold.
Okay.
But we do need to move the rocks if that's what we're interested in doing.
Are we still thinking about taking the flat stone at the bottom of the well?
Ooh, would that upset the dwarves?
Well, they're considering they're dead. I don't think they're in any position to get
I'm
upset.
talking about the ones at camp.
Oh, they'll be fine. It's not like they
Just
knew about it.
Well, they'll find out, especially
Yeah.
if you want them to investigate it.
Well, did they know about this place?
I don't know.
I can't
Probably.
imagine how they would have.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, we don't know what the significance of this rock is. Is there any?
Shrug.
Vitali, do you have any idea?
I got nothing.
Yeah, roll a history check, Vitali.
19.
Yeah, it doesn't have any markings on it. It's probably just flooring.
Probably just stone.
Well, then we might as well repurpose. Of course, we still have to move it.
Everybody make perception checks for me.
Uh-oh.
11.
14.
6.
That's a natural 20 plus 4.
Okay.
18.
This game?
I'm rolling like Annie. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You guys all watch as out of one of the trees nearby, a panther-like creature is on a limb, and the limb cracks and breaks, and it falls to the ground. It looks not pleased.
You say where it falls?
Yeah, it's probably 100, 150 feet away from you. It was very obviously in a tree observing you.
I'm taking out my bow and arrow and getting ready.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clobbering time.
And before, is it within, can it hear me?
I mean, it's 150 feet, so presumably.
Okay. Well, does it matter? Okay, I'm trying to use speech of the woods. Basically, she's gonna say, leave now, and we won't harm you.
Okay, interesting. Okay. You watch as this creature tilts its head in curiosity, growls at you, and then poof, it disappears.
Whew. Okay. I guess I was using the right dialect. Shouldn't have to worry about that for a minute. Sorry, I know you probably wanted to punch that cat, but look, I'm trying to make a good impression on the woods, okay?
I'm just glad I didn't have to accidentally shoot you again.
I am also grateful for that. Yes,
I am not letting my guard down. I'm still looking around for signs of it.
Okay. Make a perception check.
that's fair. You should be on your guard. I'm a little too trusting.
Not nearly as good. That one is an 11.
As far as you can tell, this creature is gone.
I would like to do a specific whistle, which is to call my deer in.
Okay. 3 of your deer return.
Uh-oh.
All right.
One of them has a nasty gash on its side.
Does it look? I mean, I shouldn't assume, but does it have the same? Does teeth like
It's claw
ripped out
marks.
claw? Okay, okay. I'm going to bandage it with what I have.
Okay.
Whatever I have. I don't know how I would do that. Do I do cure wounds on my deer?
You can.
My last spell slot.
Up to you.
How badly does the deer look hurt?
Yeah.
I mean, it was able to run over to you, but it is
Okay.
bleeding.
I would. Could I staunch the? I mean, I'm sure I could have cloth to staunch the bleeding.
Sure, yeah, you have like blankets and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
If it looks more ill, I will be using my spell slot.
You're more worried that it will bleed out if
Okay.
the bleeding's not taken care of, but it doesn't look
Okay.
like it's in any immediate danger.
Okay, I will do that then.
Okay.
And
Wonder if it's safe to continue traveling with that deer in that condition.
I don't know. If they got one, then they'll be busy with that for. I guess it depends on how many.
That one was still eyeballing us. They haven't completely lost interest.
Here's one of it. 5 of us.
One that we saw.
How big was it?
It was about the size of a large panther.
Okay.
Vitalia lifts an eyebrow at you and very much implies that you're a coward.
At me?
Yes, sir.
Duly noted.
Hang on now. I mean, we're still a little beat up over the boom room, so you don't want to be jumping into anything.
Yeah, did we see exactly which way it went?
Yeah.
You did not.
We
Could I
just
roll
kinda
to try
prove-
and pick up its track?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Roll a perception check, yeah.
That will be a 16.
You go to wherever you last saw it, and you do see imprints of the claws. They look exactly like the claws that you had seen around where you're setting up the colony.
Okay.
But you don't see tracks that lead away.
We get a good look. Oh, I guess it's 150 feet away.
So when I say it poof and it disappeared, I mean literally it was there, then it was gone.
Okay.
Maybe it's some kind of camouflage. find anything interesting?
There's no tracks.
No tracks.
Can I do another perception check to see if I can kind of see if there was any, trying to see if I could actually find where the other deer is.
Yeah, go ahead and roll another perception check for me.
That's a 21, not 20.
As you're looking at the spot that this cat was, a drop of blood falls from above you,
Oh,
and you look up, and in the tree is a deer leg.
found the deer.
Ugh. Well, at least I won't go wondering.
I just don't
Hope
like
to-
how this thing vanished.
I'm not particularly fond of that either.
Is that the only sign of blood we see?
Mm-hmm. Well, other than the
Ah.
blood from the deer that was running around.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Have I ever seen anything that moves like that? Do I
Ye-
have any kind of...
Not that you recollect.
Actually, I'm gonna climb up the tree and kind of take a look around. Probably kick the leg down.
Okay.
I mean, might as
Be,
well
be
use it for
careful.
food.
Yeah, you kick it down. It lands in the snow. And you look around, and off in the distance a little ways, you do see what appears to be a large bloody patch in the snow.
I may have found where it happened. Gonna kind of point them in the direction.
Okay.
Is it alone?
Do I see anything around the snow, or is it just a
You do
bloody
not.
patch?
It's just a bloody patch.
No bloody tracks?
There are some tracks that head further out into um like the hills and the mountainside, but not like you take a look and there seems to be a number of these creatures, but you don't see any trace of the rest of the deer body or any of these creatures outside that.
Okay.
Here's they are pack hunters.
Might be outnumbered.
Let's not leave the deer alone again. I'm gonna head back to the caravan.
Okay.
Agreed.
I wonder if we shouldn't head back.
How much
Entirely.
time passed? Like, what time of the day is it anyway?
So y'all spent some time down in the mine. So it would be probably getting on to late afternoon.
I suppose we wouldn't have enough time to get back to camp tonight.
No.
Which means we need to camp out here this evening.
Could we possibly stay underground?
I don't see why not. We could open up the cavern again, or the mines.
That the back entrance, the way we exited, was that more of a slope? That was stairs?
Yeah, that was a like stairway. It would have been a very tight fit for Vitali.
Narrow? Okay. I can carry the deer down through the steps, but I think that would be
The
safest.
steps at the main entrance would be big
Yeah.
enough for you to herd the deer down.
Okay, I was all right. Then that's I think that would be good defense. They can't get us there unless something is down there that we haven't found yet. Did we look at all the rooms?
I think the only thing we didn't investigate further was the mines themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how does everyone else feel?
Problem with going into the dwarven mines.
I don't mind
Yeah,
it.
same.
Seemed to be a much more defensible position.
Well,
Whatever you guys want to do.
Tally goes to pull the lever on the tree again.
Okay. And once again, it opens up.
Trots on down.
Okay.
I would like to time how long it takes for it to shut as well behind us.
It's about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Towards the end of that 5 minutes, I just want to take one last peek out to see if there's anything watching us in those last seconds before the door shuts again.
Make a perception check.
That would be 17.
17. You don't see any of these cats, but as the door is closing, you look out and you think you see a figure.
As in a bipedal figure?
Yep. And then the door closes. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Oh, shit.
Thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back next week for another rousing adventure of the colony at Winter's Pass. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want. We appreciate it. And have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.